Hi guys, it's Jean here. Welcome to my channel. So I've got another decluttering video to share with you guys. I've been kind of on a roll because from the very first one I did was like a year or so ago, and it took me a while to kind of do them, and for the past few weeks I've just kind of been knocking them off as I go. So the last video, decluttering video I did was of makeup, so I'll leave a link down below if you want to watch the previous ones. But this time around I'm going to declutter my skincare. So I don't actually have a lot, so this should be fairly short video. But yeah, so if you followed me previously, then you'll know I've been following the Marie Kondo's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying, and I think this is a really good book. Like, it's something that I've honestly stuck to. Like previously I would do massive clean outs, and then within the next couple of months it will just start stacking up again. But I'm not sure whether because the older you get, the more wiser you are, and I guess the things that you like change. So makeup and skincare is something that I'm not really overly, I guess, obsessed about anymore, so I don't really buy it. And nowadays I find that I'm trying to use stuff that are more organic, or like something that is look for products that actually work rather than trying out a whole lot. So I do have a few things here and there, so I'm just going to quickly just go through them. This is mostly like skincare. There is some hair products in there as well, so everything that was in kind of the bathroom I just kind of took out and put it together. So let's get started. So excuse the noise, Coco is just sitting here supervising, but yeah, this is all the stuff that was in the bathroom. I didn't include some of the necessities like shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush and things like that I normally stock up on, because those stuff we kind of use anyway. These are more just like the extra stuff that I have that are all mine. So I have a lot of like face masks, a lot of like sample products, as well as like a lot of like creams and things like that, face gels, cleansers, moisturizers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go through all of these, because a lot of these I've just had sitting there, and you can see that they've kind of started collecting dust and things like that as well. So yeah, so I've decided the ones I'm not going to keep I'm just going to throw out, because just health and safety wise it's not really, I don't know about whether I can donate it, but yeah. Okay, so I've just gone through and sorted everything into rough piles. All this stuff here is the stuff that I am going to throw out. The reason being is I'll have a lot of these like samples that you get from like hotels and things like that. Also, when you buy things they give you little samples, and a lot of these I've kept thinking that when I travel and things like that I'll end up using, but because I haven't really done that, or I'm just used to what I normally use, that I haven't really got a chance to use them. So they've kind of been piling up over the years, and I think it's time to really throw them out, because if I don't use them now then I kind of will never really use them. Usually with like skincare products I don't really find any that doesn't do its job. I mean, a lot of times it's more that they do mild jobs, but they don't do like, you know, like miracle changing stuff. But there are a few things that I am going to throw out. For example, this is the First Aid Beauty Blemish Control Pads. This is actually a really good product. They're just like a whole lot of like pre-lotioned pads. The only thing is these are very, very strong. So my skin is kind of like a combination, oily on the T-zone, usually dry around, but when I use these really dry out my face. So I've kind of gone through, so on oily days I have gone ahead and used them, but I don't really use them as enough, and nowadays my face is just dry, so there's no need for this anymore. So I'm gonna throw this out. This is probably like honestly the best smelling sunscreen, and I don't even know if you can get it here in Australia. It's called Australian Gold, but we bought it in Hawaii, so I really love the smell of it, which is why I've kept it. But it's been 5 years, so I think it's time to throw that out. I also tend to hoard a lot of candles as well, so these are like half-used candles, which seems like that they're pretty much gone to its end, but I have a bad habit of hoarding them. So every time I kind of relax and have like a spa night, I would light this up around the bathtub, but they're kind of like old, they've already been used up, and I'm pretty sure the smell is half gone, so I'm going to throw these out. I did get new tea light candles, so every time I use it then I light the tea light candles. but that's all going. And I'm also getting rid of this Proactive Pore Targeting Solution. I used this previously because I don't really have an acne or pimple problem, but I feel the need to use it, but I don't feel like this really works as well. And I don't really reach out for it either, so that's going. So these are all the stuff that I have left, and it doesn't look like I got rid of much, but I wanted to kind of give things a second chance before I throw them out. So I'm going to categorize these into sections. So the first one in this random box, I'm just going to put all my bath essentials, things that I like to do or like to have when I relax in the bath. So I've got my essential bubble bath. This is a deep steep one, which I usually kind of mix this with just a generic bubble bath from Kohl, so I'm not wasting it. And I've also got a natural sugar scrub. This is the pomegranate one by Lycon. So this is good because it's like a natural sugar kind of like exfoliating scrub. So I usually put this on, exfoliate my skin before I jump into the bath. And I've got these. Now, these are the Frank Body, the coffee scrubs, which I have used once. And I have to say, it is the messiest thing to do. Like, it causes a lot of mess. So I guess that's why I haven't really used it since. But I was given these, my brother actually got me these, so I thought I'll give it another go, see how it is. If I definitely don't like it because it leaves a lot of mess, then I will, I guess, throw it out. But I'm going to give these another chance. Hopefully, you know, I don't know if there's a clean way of using it, but yeah. Also have some oils as well that I like to put in the bath with my bubbles just to kind of relax me. So I've got here a Peaceful Blend oil. I've got a jasmine oil because I love the smell of jasmine, and I've also got some jojoba oil as well. So it's just really nice natural oils to kind of just make it a little bit more relaxing. Also, this is like the best sponge cleaner. You can get this from Daiso for like $2.80. It's just really good for like puffy sponges or things like that. So usually like the bath is in the spare bathroom. So all this is going in there because that's where I generally clean my brushes as well. So that's pretty much it. So this was pretty much full before of like candles, products and things like that, but I pretty much got it down to just like the minimum. So this is going into the spare bathroom, so when I'm ready to take a bath and things like that, it's all there ready to go. So moving on to hair, these are all the hair products that I've still kept. So because I still have the blonde bits in my hair, I'm still contemplating whether I should dye it back to dark. But I do have a lot of these kind of like washout colors. So if I ever want to use them, then I can give them a go. They're good because they're like semi-permanent. So after like 8 washes or so, they're gone. So they're just really fun to play with. I also have some toners in here as well. And I don't really style my hair as much as I used to. Usually I just straighten it. If I'm lucky, I curl it. So I've got a little bit of product in here, or mousse, just to kind of hold it, as well as hairspray. And on days I don't feel like washing my hair, I've also got dry shampoo. So dry shampoo is something that I use constantly. This is the Pt7 one, which I find the best. You can also get them in colour. So this is a brunette one. I believe they have a blonde one as well, but I'm trying to go back to dark, so I've got the brunette one. I'm also going to add in here as well virgin coconut oil. So I use virgin coconut oil when I dye my hair, especially when I'm bleaching. I just kind of run it through first just to give it kind of like a treatment before I put the bleach in. So these are all my hair products. So there are a few products that I wanted to give a second chance. So one of it is this April Skin. This is the Magic Snow Cushion. So I got this through YesStyle. I don't know if you can see. Let me just open it. They have a lot of good reviews on it, and you know, I've been watching the ads on Facebook, which looks really well. So I've only used it once, but to be honest, like I felt like it didn't really sit well to me. It kind of felt like it was very oily, and so I don't know whether it was just me that day. So I am going to give it one more try, see how I like it. If I like it, then you know, I'll see how it'll go. If not, then I'll get rid of it. I just feel like that I just bought this product, so I want to give it another go before I decide whether it's a hit or a miss. There are products that are literally like nothing in it, but this has like almost enough. I've had this product for actually years, but I just figured because it's an oil, it shouldn't really do much difference. But when I straighten my hair, sometimes I do actually use this to kind of like smooth out the frizzy bits, the flyaways. I've got a lot of these face masks and pore strips and eye patches as well. I don't use these all the time, but I do find them quite handy for like little kind of treatments and things like that. They're quite hydrating and cooling on the skin, especially in summer as well. And these pore strips are pretty good, like they get quite a lot out. So I'm going to keep all these, as well as these face masks that I got from KMart recently. These are really good, especially when you wear glasses like me and like you need to do things but your face is still kind of like, you know, wet from the creams and things like that. So these are really handy to use as well. So this is all keeping. So I'm keeping all those. Go, sit, sit, sit. So moving on to, I guess, face mask and face masks and things like that. I do actually alternate with a lot of these, so I am actually. So moving on to face mask and things like that, I do have quite a lot because. So moving on to face masks and things like that, there are some products that I use daily, but a lot of them I kind of alternate here and there. So I am going to keep them and see how they go. So for face masks, I've got the Formula 1006. This is the Get Your Glow On Brightening Peel. So it's like a peel off mask. This is really nice. It kind of tingles a bit, cools it, and then it's really nice to, I guess the novelty of peeling off I really like as well. Also the same as the green tea peel. So this is almost finished because I've had this for a while, but this is really nice as well. It goes on clear and it just, once it dries, it just looks very smooth and then you peel it off. So I really like these face mask. I also used Artistry Essentials. I think I used the whole set of it at one stage. I don't use it anymore because this, I think this particular range is actually discontinued, but I've kept the mask, so I'll use that for pores if, you know, usually it depends on my skin, how I feel, what I need to treat it. So if it's for hydration or things like that, I'll use the single face mask. If it's for like brightening or like just refreshment, I'll use these, as well as if I need pores, then I'll use this one. I've also got these charcoal masks as well. These are really good for like pores, especially around the nose area. Kang really likes these. Kang really likes it. Hey, shut up. Kang really like. I've also got these charcoal face masks from Daiso. They only cost $2.80. So moving on to, I guess, like masks and cleansers and things like that. I still have quite a lot because I do actually, there are ones that I use daily, but then there are also ones that I kind of rotate, especially the mask. So I am going to keep these because I do kind of rotate, but if I feel like I'm not using them more than often, then I might get rid of it later on down the track. So with the face mask, I actually have a couple for different reasons. Usually when I look at face masks, I look at like hydration, pores, as well as brightening and like just making it look refreshed. So I've got a couple. The first one is this Formula 1006. This is a papaya citrus peel off face mask. I like this because of the novelty as well, and it does kind of tingle on your face when you put it on. So this is really nice. Also have this is another peel off one. These are all from Priceline. So this is the green tea. I like the green tea. I don't know, I kind of gravitate anything towards green tea. This one has ginger as well, so it's kind of like revitalizing and refreshing. Also have this charcoal one. This one is from Daiso. Honestly, the best $2.80 ever spent. Like, it's really good for pores. When you leave it on and peel it off, you can actually see it, and Cal really likes this one as well, so I always have that. There was one stage I used the whole Artistry Essential range. This is the, I believe the balancing range, but I've only got the face mask left because I'm pretty sure this range is actually discontinued. So I still have this one on days where I feel like I need to work on my pores. Another one is this carbonated bubble clay mask. I actually bought this as a novelty, but I actually quite like it. I like it when it tingles and it's quite refreshing as well. And the last mask and treatment is this Glam Glow. This is the hydration one, which I find really nice and refreshing because it smells like coconut. So these are all the face masks that I kind kind of rotate and use depending on what I feel like. So I'm going to keep all these because I still actually use it. I also have a few treatments as well. So the first one is the Misha, this is the Time Revolution essence oil. So when I did a Korean 10-step Korean beauty treatment, this is the essence oil, which is kind of, I find, similar to toner. So usually I would actually apply the Mario Badescu aloe vera toner and then put this on after. So it's kind of like an essential, like an extra treatment. So those two I kind of alternate. This one I kind of leave out for every day, just to kind of put after I put a cleanser. I've also got these are the Sunday Riley miniature sets I got for my birthday for my girlfriends. So this is the Good Jeans and the Luna. I'm still kind of trying these out to see whether I like it or not. They are quite expensive, so I'm going to continue using it. So far it's good. I feel like it does make your skin feel a little bit more soft and a little bit more elasticity, but I just need to try a little bit more. But I've been kind of alternating things. I don't do it every day, just because I kind of want to savor it. But yeah, it's been pretty good. For makeup removal, I use the Clinique. This is one that I've used for a very long time. It's an oil-based makeup removal. I personally find oil-based ones more effective than the micellar waters. I'm not a really big fan of the micellar waters, although Garnier does have a micellar with oil in it that's really, really good and cheap as well. I've already used that up, so I thought I would use this up before I move on and buy more of that. I also alternate with the Vanilla Co. Clean It Zero. I really like this. I guess it's really a personal preference whether you like it or not. So this is kind of like a cream that you kind of apply on your face and you just kind of massage it. It kind of like melts into an oil. And again, because it's an oil, it's just really easy to go through with a wet towel, a wet wipe, and just kind of clean it off before you start cleansing, things like that. So these are my two kind of go-to makeup removals. So this one I'm going to keep is the Eve Lom cleanser. So this is kind of like an in-between makeup removal slash cleanser. It's not a cleanser that I would use every day because it's more of a balm, kind of like oil kind of base cleanser. Like, it's got a funky kind of smell to it, but it is quite expensive and I do kind of quite enjoy it. So I use this as more of a luxury kind of pampering day. If I feel like a little get me up, then I'll use this. But generally for cleansers, these are the two that I'm alternating at the moment that I do use. So this is the Kmart version of a foaming gel. So I use this when I'm in the shower. It just stays in there, just easy to use. Whereas if I was just to wash my face in the morning or at night, then I'll use this Olay one. This is the Olay Revitalizing Cream Cleanser. I like the cream cleanser because on days where I don't have a shower in the morning, it kind of hydrates my face and also puts cream on. I'm not really a big fan of moisturizing, which is why I like this, because it's cream based. It just, a little bit of the residue stays on it, so it kind of moisturizes my face while it's at it as well. I do also have moisturizers. I just find it difficult, I guess, sticking it to a routine, using it every day. So the three that I go to are these ones. So this is the La Roche-Posay Applique Duo, which I really like because it's very light. It's kind of like a water-based moisturizer. I've also got the Olay Complete Daily UV Moisturizer because it's got SPF in it as well. I think now that I'm in my 30s, I'm starting to go towards like the drugstore kind of like Olay brand, something that is more in the aging. I need to start looking after my skin. So I've got this, and I've also got this Frank Body one as well. This one I just keep as a backup in case I need, which I guess I probably don't because I don't really go towards cream moisturizers, but I haven't used this yet, so I am actually going to give this a go. If I like it, I'll continue using it. If not, then I guess I'll throw it out as well. And I also have some nighttime moisturizers as well. So this is a Korean brand, Ladykin Vampire Dark Repair Cream. So I'd use this at night, as well as the Beauty Cycle Restoring Balance Night Gel. They don't have SPF or anything in it, which is really good at night. So a few last bits and bobs as well. So I forgot to include this in my mask. This is the Callion Original Pore Pack. So I use this specifically on like the nose kind of pores. It's kind of tingles a bit, so I kind of like it because it feels like it's doing something. Also have the Snail Bee High Content Essence. I actually use this a lot as well, especially at night, just to hydrate my skin because it's been feeling really dry. But before I got that, I was using the Argan Face Oil. So I like using argan oil rather than rosehip oil. I personally think rosehip oil has this funky smell, and it's got like a yellow tinge to it. So I like the argan because it feels slightly lighter. Also have some collagen eye cream, as well as some eye cream I got from Kmart. I'm always looking out for eye cream. I don't exactly know like what is a good one and how it's meant to feel. I don't really notice the difference, but I guess to prevent my skin from wrinkling, I guess, especially getting crow's feet, I'm starting to invest in a lot of eye cream, so I've got those. I do have a few samples that I got recently that I am going to keep and try. These are just from Mecca. I love Mecca Cosmetics as well as Sephora. You can actually ask for a lot of samples as well. So make sure you ask for samples before you try, because a lot of products are quite expensive as well. Also have some activated charcoal powder. So this I got because I read online that it's really good for like teeth whitening. A lot of like Facebook or Instagram shots have like, you know, using activated charcoal. You can buy their own version, but this is just a general one I got from the health shop. I have used it a couple of times. I have noticed a slight improvement, but I guess I'm very forgetful in doing it regularly. And you have to make sure you don't do it regularly because it can kind of like take off a film. I don't know, the way the dentist explained it is that it's good, but you shouldn't use it frequently because it kind of does thin out your teeth, if that makes sense. So I've got that, and my holy grail product that I use constantly is my Clarisonic. So I'm about to change the head on this, but I've got a stack of these replaceable ones. So you should theoretically change this after every 180 uses. Because I don't use it daily, I kind of just go with like half a year or so, which I don't know if that sounds really bad, but anyway, so I've got a lot of these backups anyway ready to go. So it's time to almost change this up. And also just like, you know, some floss, some contact eye kind of like storage, as well as band-aids, and a few like toothbrushes and things like that. But yeah, that's all the stuff that I'm keeping. So that was pretty much, I guess, a collection haul as well, just going through all my skincare products. I wanted to keep this kind of short as possible, but I guess going through explaining everything is probably going to be a long video anyway. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it inspired you to kind of clean your cupboards as well. I guess tips is moving forward is don't get products that you don't need. Sometimes when they have makeup sales or like skincare sales, you kind of tend to just get it because it's 50% off, but you don't really try it out. And like when people give you samples, unless you really know or are interested in the product, tend to not go for it anymore, because I don't end up using it and it just gets stored at home anyways. If you're not using a product for more than like a year or two, then I'll probably recommend throwing it out as well, unless it's still okay. But yeah, so I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to watch more. Thanks for watching. Bye.